Have you ever wondered about how your fingers were formed? You might be surprised, but at one point you had a webbed hand, like a frog. It turns out that the cells between your fingers died while you were developing. But how do they know how to die? You might be surprised, but every day, 50 to 70 billion of your cells die on purpose. This is called apoptosis. The first step in apoptosis is the triggering of the apoptotic pathway. This can be triggered by death receptors, lipid mediators, and photodamage. It is typically accepted now that lysosomes get this cue, then play a role in forming cleavages of cellular substrates, thus jump-starting the process. After these initial steps, the cell shrinks and develops round lumps called blebs on the membrane. These blebs hug all of the cell's organelles and keep them safe. Then the DNA in the nucleus splits up into fragments, and some of the large organelles of the cell break down as well. Next, the cell splits up into chunks packaged by a membrane, and the blebs break away from the cell to become apoptotic bodies. After breaking away from the cell, these apoptotic bodies display a lipid called phosphatidylserine outside their membranes. Phosphatidylserine attracts phagocytes, which are digestive cells that bind and eat the apoptotic bodies. Why do cells undergo apoptosis? Most cells in the human body have the built-in ability to undergo apoptosis. Basically, apoptosis is a general convenient way to remove cells that should no longer be part of the organism. More specifically, there are 3 reasons why a cell should undergo apoptosis. Number 1, cells need to die out to balance out cell division. Otherwise, tissue would grow too much and defective cells would never be eliminated. In order to have new cells, old cells must be removed. 2, some cells need to be deleted during embryonic development. An example of this is making digits of fingers out of a blob of tissue. Thus, we have dexterous hands. Apoptosis can occur after birth as well. In humans, for example, brain cells undergo apoptosis prior to and following birth to eliminate excess brain cells and streamline nerve impulses. 3. Sometimes cells are damaged and pose a threat to an organism. Cells with mutated or damaged DNA could become cancerous, and ones with viral infections could affect the rest of the organism. In discussing DNA, your cells usually try to detect and repair it. However, if it's beyond salvation, your cell will likely undergo apoptosis. So now you know you can credit the fingers on your hands to apoptosis.